Welcome everybody to the CBS Arena for tonight's game between the Western Kings and the Pinnacle Growlers. My name is Seth Hyde, ready for another hockey season. This is the Western Kings' first game of the season. The Growlers had a game this morning where they won 9-3 against the Tri-Penn Osprey, and a lot of players on the team today got on the score sheet. Nick Devereaux with 4 points, Nolan Avery with 4 points, Andy Knight with 4 points, Ben O'Brien 2 points, Patty Gillespie 2 points, and 7 other players with 1 point, including Brandon Philpott and Reed Chafe getting their first points of their NLU18 AAA career. Let's see what the Western Kings can do here. Let's see if they can end the Growlers' day one party. They seem pretty motivated down in the dressing room and running around the concourse here, so they seem pretty energetic for this game and ready to go. So Growlers making their way back out for the second time today. I wonder if the fatigue is setting in at all with these guys. Maybe that's another advantage that the Western Kings have over the Growlers. Gotta say, it might be a little bit of a biased opinion, but this season it looks like Nolan Avery and Andy Knight are gonna be magic for the Gonzaga Vikings high school team. They're gonna be one of the favorites this year, as high school hockey is also just around the corner. So we got Association, AAA, high school hockey all starting up. It's an exciting time to be a sports fan here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Also tonight, Jesse Harnum will be making his debut for the Pinnacle Growlers, so pretty exciting night for him and his family. Let's see how he does in between the pipes. Lots of new faces on both of these teams as well, so it should be interesting to see what happens here tonight. So it looks like the PA system is broken here, so we're just gonna jump right into the game. No national anthems. Wonder if they want me to sing it here over the broadcast. So both teams are ready to go. Western Kings opening game of the season. The Pinnacle Growlers' second game of the opening weekend tournament. It's Western versus Eastern. The farthest west team versus the most easterly team in the league. And what a way it is to kick off the season. It's Growlers Kings, CBS Arena, for the opening weekend of the NLU18 AAA season opening tournament. Turned over right away. Lambswood trying to get the puck. It bounces off the boards. Works its way out. Applin trying to get it in. Given away on the boards to Ethan Janes, who's Taken down by Huzzy. Now Rashley bringing it in. Devereaux looking for it. Lambswood trying to get it. Pilgrim lifts the stick of Rashley. Now O'Brien losing it on the boards. Devereaux with O'Brien going up the middle. Huzzy going to chase it down. Now here's Applin. Has it down behind the net. Lambswood trying to play it up the middle. Devereaux lifting it back into the zone. Skinner trying to get there as well. Ben O'Brien stepping in for it. Applin off the boards. Kings looking to break it out. Intercepted. Devereaux has a look. Devereaux off the boards. It's picked up by Huzzy. Now Applin plays it in. Peavy driving to the front of the net. Peavy couldn't get to it. Pilgrim looking for it. Avery steps in. Huzzy back to Pilgrim. Pilgrim off the boards. A lovely play up to Nolan Avery. That's the Knight-Avery connection that we talked about at the start of the game. On the boards with it again is Cumby. Knight searching for the puck. It goes up the middle. Boland pressuring Peavy. Peavy lost it. It's given away in front of the net. Oh, what a save by Harnham. A shaky first shot of his career. But he stands tall in between the pipes, and that was a close call there for the Growlers defense. Harnham leaves it for Maloney. Up to Boland. Avery trying to get it. Sent on goal by Decker. Hit a body on its way to the net as Alex Austin laying the pressure on, who had the first scoring chance of the game. And now Avery trying to get the puck. Gillespie moved in for it, but Avery took it back. Avery, let's see what he can do here. Boland going to the net as well. Avery off the post. Another great opportunity on the other end of the ice. Big battle on the boards. Gould waits for it. He picks it up, banks it off the boards. Now here's Urquhart. Urquhart trying to break it out. Giving away. Chafe over to Gillespie. Miscommunication on the play. Now Cumby gonna chase it down. Around the boards. Picked up by Gillespie out at the point. Rips it on net. Turned aside by Jacob Stone. Mercer clearing it down, and we are gonna have our first whistle of the game, and it will be an icing call against the Western Kings. Face-off won by Avery. Try to get it out to Gillespie. Turned away. Urquhart looking for it. Dumped back into the zone. Played off the boards. Now Tucker's going to try to get it. Gillespie picks it up down behind his own goal. Up to Chafe. The Kings bench like that sandwich of a hit, and they bring him down again, but that's going to cost him. It will be a penalty, and the Pinnacle Growlers will send out their special teams unit to get things started. Just 4.5 minutes into the game. Or 3.5, sorry. Back to school math. Rust still hasn't been shaken off yet, folks. Growlers had a deadly power play this morning. Ben O'Brien with the power play goal for them in their game against Tri-Pen. And let's see if Western can go 1 for 1 to start off their season. It's crazy how all these players have gelled together already. They've only been together for a week, maybe less than a week. Skinner to Devereaux. Devereaux shoots, knocked away in net by Stone. Now played up the middle to Avery. Avery sends it across to Skinner. Back to Devereaux. Devereaux, Avery. Oh, lovely pass to Skinner. He scores! Michael Skinner on the power play. And the Growlers lead it 1-0. Lovely tic-tac-toe play there by Devereaux, Avery, and Skinner. That's point number 4 for Nolan Avery in this opening tournament. Point number 5 for Nick Devereaux, and that's Michael Skinner's first goal And it was off a beautiful passing play with 15:50 left to go. The Growlers have a 1-0 lead as they search for another one off the face-off here. Kane's trying to get it. Cumbie moves in. Now Kane's another rookie player for the Growlers. Lots of new faces on that Growler squad, just like last season. They're looking for a three-peat. Michael Skinner, if they win this year, he'd go 3 for 3 with the Growlers. His rookie year, he would win. His middle year, he would have won, and now in his senior year, he would have won. So 3 for 3 if the Growlers can get that three-peat. Budgel up ice. Philpott gets brought down. Budgel takes it over and scores! The AP puts it into the back of the net on the delayed penalty. Taking over for Brandon Philpott, who's slow to get to his feet. The first-year player who already had a point earlier this morning, got 2 points in 2 games. What a start for the rookie, and a beautiful pass to the AP, Jake Budgel, to make it 2-0 for the Pinnacle Growlers. That's 2 goals in 48 seconds. And he's going to the box anyway. So it looks like it would have been a 4-minute penalty, but 2 has been canceled out. So Mercer will go to the box for 2 minutes, and the Growlers are back on the power play for the second time this game. Face-off one, Ben O'Brien takes it over. He gives it to Dobbin. Back out to Maloney. Maloney with O'Brien curling. He sends it over to Micah Tucker. Tucker trying to take it to the net. Carely stepping in to help. Tucker. Now O'Brien in there as well with Ethan James poking the puck free to Spingle. Nice idea there to Rashley, but Harnum is going to play the puck to Tucker. Tucker gives it back down low. Dobbin trying to get the puck giveaway down low. Ethan James tried to go for a wraparound attempt there, but it was taken away, and it works its way down the ice for an icing call. And actually, the Western Kings have a AP in net. They have Andrew Dillon in between the pipes. They had Jacob Stone out there for the national anthem, but it looks like it will be Andrew Dillon in between the pipes for the Western Kings for the opening game. Out to the point, Wiseman dumps it back in. A great penalty kill so far here from the Western Kings. O'Brien has it down behind his own net. Trying to bring it up the other way. It's given away to Peavy. Shot from the corner, and Harnum is going to make the stop. So we'd like to thank all the viewers for tuning into this game, and hopefully you'll stick with us for the weekend. We have some color commentators, some of my former coaches joining me for 4 games, I believe it is, this week. So tomorrow morning, Eric Toms is going to be here. You better get that coffee into him. He will be doing the Kings and Osprey game, so all you Kings fans, be sure to tune in for me and Eric Toms, as well as at 11:30 for all the Growlers fans out there. He will be with me for the Growlers Impact game, so we'll be here for back-to-back, and they've got another goal. It's Connor Huzzy on the power play, 2 for 2. The Growlers are in this one, and less than 7 minutes in, the Growlers have 3 on the board. What a start for them, and it's a timeout for the Western Kings. But as I was saying, Eric Toms will be joining me for the first 2 games tomorrow. Then it's Dale Carely for the last game tomorrow between the Growlers and the Blizzard. And then we have Dale for the final game of the tournament between the Osprey and the Blizzard at 11:30 a.m. Still some slots open for some of my coaches. They're just checking their schedule. Pretty busy week for a lot of them with their kids going back to school and them going back from their summer holidays. So we're lucky to have Dale and Eric with us as we have a timeout for Western. Still plenty of time left in the game. They're far from out of it just yet. I've been a Leafs fan my whole life. I've seen lots of blown leads. No matter how big the goal difference is, whether it's 5-1, 5-0, the Leafs will find a way to blow it. So let's see if that's the case here for the Growlers, or if they'll keep it together, keep their composure. They've scored 12 goals in 2 games so far, and there's still lots of time for them to add to their tally. Cumby trying to get to it. Chafe has it on the boards. Reed Chafe and Brandon Philpott were both on the gold medal winning U15B team for the National Ball Hockey Tournament that was hosted at the Glacier and at the CBS Arena. And Jordy Flynn as well on the East Coast Blizzard, or they'll be seen tomorrow night. So they're all pretty good friends. I actually think they all go to school together as well, so I'm sure there's lots of banter between those three. Sent up the middle, and it will go the full way for an icing call against the Growlers, and a chance for the Kings to finally get on the board here. It's been a rough start for them, but as I mentioned, there's still plenty of time left to go in this game. Peavy trying to win the draw. Decker throws it in front. Kearley trying to clear it away as Peavy has it down behind the net. Now Austin looking for it, but it breaks free. It's Chafe. Reed Chafe taking it to the net. Chafe, great move. Tried to just poke it in on goal. He got it taken away. Now Tucker. Tucker breaks it free. He got Gillespie out at the blue line. Tucker down low. Quick give and go passing there, and Austin is off to the races, but it's going to be Decker to take it over. A shot wide of the net, and a collision there between Jack Chafe and Carter Decker, and we got a delayed penalty coming up here for the Pinnacle Growlers. So for the first time this season, the Western Kings can send out their power play unit. Great save by Harnham through traffic, and they'll be facing a lot more shots here as the Kings go out onto the power play with 11:50 left to go in the first period of play. Here's Knight. Oh, out in front. Rashley tried to get a quick shot off there, but Harnham turns it away. Rashley wins the face-off. Applin just managing to get there in time. Out to the point, Wiseman. Sends it over to Janes. Back to Wiseman with Applin in the corner. Janes throws it in front. Lambswood got a stick on it, just not enough. Back down low, Andy Knight. Tried to get it, Applin moves in. Lovely pass, Lambswood, great move, but Harnham with the stop. He's been a pretty big difference maker for the Growlers in net, and that's why this game is still 3-0. Out to the point, Applin tried to get it through. Knight blocked off. Bolin gonna try to take the puck over here. Bolin lifts the stick of Wiseman, takes him down heavily, and I've noticed a big boost in confidence of Noah Bolin. Last year he wasn't as physical, but this year he's like Tyler Bertuzzi out there on the ice, or Max Domi. For all you Leafs fans out there, we're gonna be very excited to see them a part of the team this season. Yeah, a huge boost in confidence for him. Dumped down the ice. Wiseman left to chase. 45 seconds remaining on the power play for the Western Kings as the Growlers get a change, and so do the Kings. Given over to Wiseman. Now Urquhart waiting for it on the right side. Wiseman, Urquhart tips it down into the zone. Dobbin checks his shoulder. Huzzy breaks it free. James takes it over. Now coming in on goal and shooting is Mercer's save. Urquhart tried to get to the puck. Knocked away. Connor Huzzy battling for the puck. Now that one just squeezes out of the zone. Huzzy left to chase. Banked off the boards. Avery's going to take it over. Back to even strength as Nolan Avery turns it back around. Avery over to Gillespie. Gillespie up ice to Huzzy. Huzzy coming in on goal. Lovely move around the corner to Gillespie. Gillespie turns it over, and now it's a 3-on-1 and a golden opportunity here for the Western Kings. Payne trying to get it. What a play there by Nick Devereaux. Smothered into the corner, managing to just get enough on it to take it back up the other way and hit the post. Another boost in confidence of him as well as the third-year player. It's his senior year, and the net is off. And it looks like we have a goaltending change, so Jacob Stone is in the net now for Andrew Dillon. Great game from Andrew Dillon as the AP. Tough team to start off against the back-to-back champions, but I think he hung in there just fine. Hopefully we'll get another chance to see him play in the tournament. Puck fired in to the crowd, and a souvenir for a young fan. We got sound effects now, folks, as well. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun with that this year. Here's Philpott winning the face-off down low to Budgel as a goal in the game. Devereaux stepped up to Applin, who's turned over Pilgrim. Kane's trying to get it, given away to Philpott, who's ready to go after his hard collision earlier in the period. Gives it back to Budgel. Philpott down behind the net. Having a look, sends it in front of the goal to Budgel. Shoveling it back down to Philpott, who couldn't get there. Seems like the Kings are really shortening their lines. Applin's been out there for pretty much the whole first period. So it looks like they're starting with the big guys, and we'll see what happens in the second period. Spingle trying to take it to the net. Gould bringing it back into the zone. Spingle has it. Oh, lovely feed in front. Gould takes it over. Pass across. Harnum with the stop. Rebound out in front to Spingle. Save again by Harnum. What a debut from him so far. Over to Pilgrim. Pilgrim now sending it up to Philpott. Philpott coming in on goal. Takes it down low. Turned over on the boards to Cameron Tapp, but Philpott gets it back, looking for his first career goal in the NLU18 AAA League as we got a scramble down there on the boards. Tension starting to flare. Usually these Kings Growlers games are the ones that farm up those penalties. So we'll see if that's the case here tonight, or if we'll have a civil game. As you've probably seen in the news in recent weeks, Canada isn't only good at hockey, they've had a pretty good run in the FIBA World Cup for basketball. They made it to the semifinals, just fell short against Serbia this morning. They will be playing in the bronze medal game against the United States. I believe that is Sunday, so that should be an interesting game to watch. Canada is rising in the sporting world. They also got pretty good soccer program going for them as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics, Canada will set a new record high of medals won. Here's Skinner trying to get the puck. Going up the middle and dumped back into the zone. Turned aside by Jacob Stone. Now it's passed over to Huzzy. Here's Dobbin with the puck. Dobbin playing it back over to Huzzy. Huzzy drops it back to Dobbin. Back down to Huzzy. Huzzy, oh, lovely pass, and Skinner tried to roof it up into the top corner. Just couldn't get enough mustard on that hot dog. On the boards, Dobbin trying to keep it in as Austin pokes it free. Austin has probably had the biggest scoring chance for the Kings so far this game. He was also on the first shot of the game as well. He almost roofed it past Jesse Harnum, but he was ready in between the pipes. Here's Cumby, losing it on the boards, brought down. Cumby gets it back. Cumby taking it up the middle, losing it to Gillespie. Patty Gillespie down around the boards. It's picked up by Wiseman. Wiseman up ice to Gillespie. Gillespie, great pass up the middle. Kearley dashing it over to Chafe. Chafe back to Tucker. Out to Gillespie. Gillespie shoots. It's tipped. And the rebound is still hung on by Jacob Stone. So close. Looked like Daniel Kearley was going to poke that one right into the back of the net. But Jacob Stone gets his pad across and makes the save. So in case you were wondering, Dale Kearley is Daniel Kearley's uncle, and he will be doing the game against the Blizzard. So we'll see how biased he is against his nephew or if he craps on him the whole game. Maybe we might see an appearance from Dale Kearley's brother, Brad, who's Daniel's dad. He was in the comments of the Danny Cleary Hockey School showcase, and he was giving Dale quite the hard time of some of his hockey knowledge. So now he gets to do it in person rather than over the comment section. Here's Tucker trying to take it in, giving away Austin, who's been getting a lot of playing time here this game. Wiseman with it on the boards, turned over to Reed Chafe. Chafe, oh, lovely pass. Tucker in, shoots, save in goal by Jacob Stone. Gorgeous stop. Kearley waiting for it out at the top of the circle, but Decker is just going to get there first, but it manages to get between his legs, and Peavy tries to clear. Up the middle, it's Andy Knight, the new captain of the Pinnacle Growlers since Mason Dog graduated last season. And now here he is. Knight shoots, scores! Andy Knight, aye, captain. It's 4 for the Growlers. And Andy Knight is on fire. So Andy Knight makes it 4 for the Growlers in the first period. He plays pretty much every sport under the sun. He's a big track athlete. He plays soccer with Felian Soccer Club. He's going away for Atlantics, I believe, with his U17 PYL team. And he also plays rugby for Gonzaga. Avery taken down. What a pass! It's Knight! Oh, what a save by Stone. But man, oh man, what a play by Nolan Avery. Wasn't giving up on that puck. Hard working, just like Dougie Gilmore, getting it across to Andy Knight. And Knight almost had a second. Spingle heading to the penalty box, and the Growlers are back on the power play once again. And a shout out to Nicholas Houndsell in the comments. Moral support down there. He also rows for one of the teams. My dad is the Cox for down on Kitty Vitty Lake. Here's Skinner out to Devereaux. Devereaux shooting just wide of the net. Here's Devereaux. Devereaux stepping in, pass over Skinner, tried to give it back across. It just went through the middle. And it makes its way back down the ice. Growlers left to change here. Devereaux. Up ice to Avery. Back down around the boards. Devereaux's going to get to it. Andy Knight back to Devereaux. Devereaux up the middle to Avery. We'll see what he can do here. Giving it over to Michael Skinner. Skinner back to Bolin. I don't know if he tried to do that. That was a really nice play. Tapped it off the back of the skate of, I believe that was Peavy, and got the puck right back. Now here's Devereaux with Avery on his left. Bolin in the middle. He gives it to Bolin, who tried to send it to Avery. Avery gives it up to Brandon Philpott. Philpott to Devereaux. Devereaux up to Avery. Avery coming in on goal. Turning it back around. Now out to Devereaux. Devereaux stepping in from the point. Lovely saucer pass over to Skinner. Devereaux coming in, giving it to Avery. Shot blocked. Devereaux managing to keep it in. Being heavily pressured by Michael Cumby. But it is turned over. Almost cleared down the ice, but it hit off a weird spot there on the penalty box and managed to work out in Devereaux's favor as we get back to even strength. Been a pretty fast first period so far. And we got a too many men on the ice call here for the Pinnacle Growlers. And the Western Kings are going to be on the power play for the second time this game. We also got to give a shout out to Steve Manuel, who's currently on an airplane, I believe. He's going down on vacation somewhere. I'm not sure where he's going, probably somewhere warm. So hopefully he is watching the game on the airplane as he makes his way down, and I'm sure he's getting a hard time from all the coaches down on the bench. I mean, can you believe that, skipping a hockey game to go on vacation somewhere warm? Crazy, crazy. Here's Applin with it down behind the net. PV bringing it up ice. PV still going with the puck. PV going end to end here. Dobbin gonna take it over. And now it's cleared down the ice by Drew Canes as Philpott is gonna chase. Stone turning it over. Canes tried to play it off the boards. Up the middle to Wiseman. Wiseman over to Decker, giving away to Dobbin. Up to Philpott. Back now Decker. Decker takes it over, goes to Mercer. We got another penalty coming up here for the Pinnacle Growlers. It's a backhand pass in front to Peavy. Just went through his legs. And it is going to be a 5-on-3 for 59 seconds. The Kings have a chance to get back into the game before the end of the first period. Well, we got quite the fans here, folks. No, I'm just kidding. That was our sound effects that we'll be taking advantage of, as we mentioned. So they have a chance to pop in two quick ones, and they'll be right back into this game, and we'll have quite the second period to look forward to. Spingle has it down behind his own goal. Now up ice goes Spingle. Spingle down to Gillespie. Now Chafe takes it over. Pass up the middle, Mercer. Giving it back. Pass to Spingle. Spingle, Jack Chafe broke his stick. Andy Knight gave away his stick to Jack Chafe, and I guess that's why he's the captain. I don't even know if that was Jack Chafe's right hand. I think looks like he's a lefty and Andy Knight's a righty. That must have been pretty awkward for the few seconds he had to use that, but luckily Jesse Harnham was ready in between the pipes. 1:11 left to go in the first period. It's 4-0 for the Pinnacle Growlers. The Kings are on 5-on-3 for 20 more seconds. Spingle out to Peavy. Peavy moving in, shooting, right idea, just over the net. Mercer gonna chase it down. Up ice to Peavy. Peavy coming in, down low, in front, poked away by Harnham. And now Wiseman is gonna chase it down with Devereaux flying out of the penalty box. Sent up the middle, up to Wiseman. Wiseman fans on the pass, but gets it back and dumps it into the corner for Chafe, who's gonna intercept, but it's taken away in front of the goal by Cave as it works its way down the ice. Wiseman checks his shoulder. 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Rashley. Mercer up the middle. Turned over Skinner trying to get a dump back in. And it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the first period of play. The final score after is 4 for the Growlers and 0 for the Kings. The Kings will be on the power play once we come back for our second period. We'll keep the stream going, but I'll be back once play commences. Enjoy your break, folks, as this second period is going to be a dandy. All right, everyone, welcome back to the CBS Arena for the second period of play between the Pinnacle Growlers and the Western Kings. Goodness, that arena horn is really loud, even with headphones on. All right, so both teams are ready to go. The Kings looking to spark a comeback here in this second period of play. They're on the power play. But now Dobbin comes flying out of the penalty box. Not a very successful night for the Kings special teams. Here's Rashley. Rashley trying to get the puck. It works its way out to the blue line. Thrown on net, turned aside. Dobbin intercepts. Trying to play it up the middle. It goes down. Spingle gonna take it. Spingle over to Wiseman. Now playing it up the middle. Pilgrim gonna intercept. Devereaux takes. Up the middle to Skinner. Now here's Wiseman who takes it over. Huzzy gets it back. Huzzy leaving it for Skinner. Right idea, just not enough on that pass to get it to Skinner. And now, a big hit there by Huzzy. Referee pretty quick to judge that one. Let's see what the sentence will be for Connor Huzzy. Down low, it's a 4-minute penalty for Connor Huzzy. So Kings with another great opportunity to get back into this game. Mercer taking it up ice. Looking to the front of the net to Payne. A shot saved by Harlem, who's been red hot in goal as Carey tries to take the puck. Cumbie down to Payne. Now around the boards, Mercer's gonna take. Mercer back in, giving down low. Payne trying to slip it out in front. Mercer gets it. Mercer down low in front. Oh, just through the middle. And it looks like the Kings might be onto something here. Cave trying to get it. Brady Cave looking for the puck. Now Payne trying to get it on the boards. Tucker managing to poke it free. And it's cleared down the ice by Maloney. Now coming up the other way are the Kings. Maloney intercepts, and another great check there by the Kings. They're starting to play a little physical here. Oh, and now things are really starting to ramp up. Reminding me a little bit of that Royal Newfoundland Regiment final a little bit. The game started to get a little bit out of hand towards the end, and if you watch that one, you'll know what happened. A big brawl right at the end of the game, which kind of halted O'Donnell's trophy celebrations. Too bad we don't have Nathan Edwards on here to get his opinion about that. That was a great final. Gander had a good run in that tournament. They were going in not as favorites, and they ended up going up against O'Donnell, who are like the beasts of that tournament, and just fell short. O'Donnell had another great team this past year, and let's see if they can go 4 in a row this year. multiple dynasties in the under-18 division. In high school, we got 3 straight titles for Gonzaga. We got 2 straight for the Pinnacle Growlers, and I believe Gonzaga got 2 straight league titles in the high school hockey division. So they've had some pretty successful years, and Jack Chafe is living the dream with O'Donnell and the Pinnacle Growlers. He's winning just about everything, both under-18 and high school hockey every year. It's like a tradition to make it to the finals in both of those divisions. Chafe gets it on the boards. Up the middle to Spingle. Now makes its way down the ice to Applin. Applin bringing it up, and I think we just got a text from Nathan Edwards saying he's still loving the Beaumont Hamel Centennial Cup victory. He must be sick of winning too. That's 3 in a row for him. Yeah, I wish I could say the same with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sick of winning is something is something good, I guess, good to be sick of. Here's Devereaux trying to get the puck. It's turned over, and I guess Nathan Edwards knows what it's like to feel a bit of pain, at least with the Bruins this year, blowing that 3-1 lead to the Panthers as they ravage through the Eastern Conference. And is that another penalty for the Growlers? It is. Another 5-on-3. Nathan Edwards saying never sick of winning. Let's see if he'll get his 4th straight. I don't know, Nathan. I can banter back and forth now that I'm at Gonzaga. We'll see. Could be Gonzaga and O'Donnell in the final with Nolan Avery, Noah Bolin, and Andy Knight's chemistry at the start of this season. Quickly covered up by Harnham. So it will be 5-on-3 for 9 seconds. So not very much time for the Kings to really do anything here on the 5-on-3. They still got some time. 5-on-4. Out to the blue line, dump back in Devereaux. Looking for it, Rashley moves in, shoots it over the net, and Huzzy is back out on the attack. Another shot goes up, and it hits the netting. Great effort there by the Kings on the power play. Still got 1:42 to make something happen. They've been struggling a little bit. Jesse Harnham has been red hot in goal tonight. Let's see if he can continue here, and he's getting a lot of help from his defense as they clear that one down the ice. Mercer is going to take. Mercer down low, Pilgrim trying to get it. Wiseman out at the point. Wiseman down low, Mercer looking for it, played into Rashley. Wiseman couldn't get to it. Now Huzzy gonna chase it down. Played over to Mercer. Mercer now breaking it up the middle, and away go the Kings. Giving away, Huzzy dumps it back in. Up the middle, Maloney takes it back, whips it back in on goal as Wiseman is going to intercept, and we got a penalty here for the Kings. It will be 4-on-4 for 43 seconds. It was a head contact call, and it is going to be James Urquhart going to the penalty box. So there's been a lot of penalties this game for both teams. It's been pretty Growlers dominated for the last 10-15 minutes, spanning through the first and second period. So Urquhart in the box for 2, and the Growlers will be on the power play once Nolan Avery's sentence is up. So since fighting still isn't legal in the under-18 division, Nolan Avery can get the under-18 division Gordie Howe hat trick if he manages to put the puck in the back of the net. He already has an assist this game. Now we got a penalty, so let's see if he can get a goal and get a Gordie Howe hat trick. He already had a hat trick of assists this morning. and he can get a hat trick of hat tricks if he gets the Gordie Howe hat trick today, and then 3 goals in a game later this tournament as he comes back out onto the ice for a Growlers power play. Spingo gives it away. Avery gets it. And since it hit off the linesman, we're going to have a face-off just outside Kings offensive territory. With 12:44 remaining in the second period, 1:06 left to go on the Growlers power play. Growlers still with a 4-0 lead. Jesse Harnum in his debut still standing tall in goal. Applin dumping it back down low. Devereaux is going to take it on the boards. Has a look. Up ice, Bolin. Couldn't get to it. Peavy with a whip shot off the boards, and it's saved in net by Harnum, and some pushing and shoving from Dobbin here, and it looks like we're going to have a pair of penalties. Oh, the linesman also got brought down there on the play. Linesman's also going to get 2 minutes for roughing if he's not careful. So it looks like there's going to be no penalties handed out here. Say the person in charge of the score sheet is sick of writing down penalties already. And we're just about halfway through the game. So there's still a lot to go. There's been plenty of goals so far in this one. And again, still lots of time for a comeback, or lots of time for the Growlers to keep on scoring. Harnum for Devereaux. Devereaux over to Avery, up the middle to Bolin with Skinner going down the wing. Bolin to Skinner. Up to Devereaux. Devereaux shoots wide of the net. Skinner over to Devereaux. Back to Avery, to Devereaux. He shoots, it's tipped, and they score! It's Andy Knight with his second of the game. He bats that out of midair. And it's on the power play once again. And it's 5 for the Growlers. Avery with his second assist. Devereaux with his 3rd point of the game. And that line has just been on fire. And I think they're going to terrorize this league for the rest of the season. And this is only just the start. Philpott over to Chafe. Passing between the defenders. Philpott up the middle. Given away. It's Cumby who dumps it down low. Harnum leaves it for Chafe. Again, what a debut from Jesse Harnum in goal. He's played unbelievable so far. He's keeping hold of that shutout. But that could change here as the Kings have an offensive zone faceoff with 11:31 left to go in the second period. 5-0 is still the score. Decker moving in, Budgel trying to get it now. Mercer steps in. Mercer over to PV, now Cumby. Back to Mercer. Up ice to Decker. It's given across. Gould tries to send it up the middle to Peavy, but it was intercepted by Budgel. Now Canes is going to try to get it back from Peavy. Up the middle comes Gould, gives it out in front, and it's in! The Kings have got one! The goal is going to stand. The Growlers were looking at the referee. Jesse Harnum's dream debut is over. Didn't see who got the goal. There was a bunch of people that raised their arms. It looks like it is going to be Carter Decker. So 5-1 is the score, and who knows, maybe the Kings are going to start a comeback. With 10:58 left in the second period, it just manages to squeeze into the net. And now the Growlers got some thinking to do. Face off. One out to Skinner, who dumps it down around the boards. Spingle giving that ahead to James. James up to Rashley. Rashley giving it across. Lambswood taking it to the net. He got Rashley going to the cage. Ripped on net by Spingle, and some new confidence here from the Western Kings, as that one was ripped on net, but Harnham managing to hang on. So despite the scoreline, it's been a great game so far. Hockey is back in business, folks. It feels like it just ended, but now we're right back in the arena, and we're happy to be here. Here's Huzzy over to O'Brien. O'Brien tried to get it back in front of the net, and now a counterattack for the Kings. It's a 4-on-2, and a chance to really give them hope now. Ripped on net, oh, just wide. Harnham was beat. Just put a little bit too much on it, and it just goes wide of the cage. Spingle keeping it in. I think the Kings are really trying to suck a penalty out of the Growlers here. That would really help him out a lot to get on the power play with 9:55 remaining in the second. Still 5-1 for the Pinnacle Growlers. Kings starting to get a boost in confidence. The league this year is going to be very well matched. There was a great game I heard this morning between the Impact and the Blizzard. I think that one went to overtime. I could be wrong. A rematch of that playoff series last year. Impact lost a few players. A lot of them went away to prep school. Alex Kellaway, Adam Pinkson are gone away. They had a pretty good run last year as well. A great time to be a Central fan last year, with Gander going to the finals of the Beaumont Hamel Centennial Cup. Then you had your Central Impact going to the finals of the NLU18 Major Hockey League Division. Here's Applin shooting it on goal, and now it's O'Brien off to the races. Stone was debating coming out for that one. Skinner locking up with Wiseman on the boards. Dobbin. Up ice, Cave trying to get it. Dobbin over to Skinner. Up for Dobbin. Now O'Brien going down the wing. Skinner on the left side. Down low, Applin gonna intercept. Applin playing it up the middle. Skinner trying to get it. Devereaux gets the puck, bringing it to the outside. To the net is Reed Chafe. It just jumps over his stick. Dobbin gives it back to him. Chafe throwing it on goal. Kearley fans on the shot. Chafe gets it back, shoots and scores. It's his second goal in a Growlers jersey. 2 goals in 2 games for the rookie. And what a campaign he has had so far. The Growlers make it 6 with 8:19 left to go in the second period. Going for the Calder Trophy by the looks of it so far for Reed Chafe. And for those of you wondering what that is the NHL Rookie of the Year award. Definitely got the numbers for it after 2 games. Chafe plays it off the wall. Tucker gonna try to chase it down. Now coming up the ice is Decker, who has the only goal for the Kings so far in this game. Out to the point, Mercer. Lovely saucer pass across. It's whipped on net, turned aside. Peavy tried to get it. Kearley up the middle. Now here's Chafe. Chafe trying to take it to the net, given away. Now up the other way go the Kings, trying to make something happen. It's Finn Furlong who had the puck, but now Mercer takes it over, dumps it down, and it is going to be an icing call. So once again, we'd like to thank you all for tuning into this one. Been a great game so far, besides the scoreline, and we're glad to have you joining us for this one. Also, if there's anyone that can't seem to find the game, please do let them know that it's on the Seth Hyde Sports Side YouTube channel. And if you like what you're seeing, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and share it with your friends. We don't want anybody missing out on the talented hockey here in Newfoundland and Labrador. We've had a lot of players going away to prep school in the past few weeks, which is so great to see. Knight playing it down around the boards. Cumby pressuring Boland. Now cleared down the ice, and we got another penalty here for the Pinnacle Growlers. It is going to be a tripping call against Jack Chafe, and he is going to the penalty box for 2 minutes. And the Kings are back on the power play. So Kings looking to get that momentum going once again. They're down by 5, but this power play could really help them turn this around. Bugden giving it over. Peavy trying to get it. Peavy down low. Spingle. Spingle takes it over. Has it down behind the net as Devereaux puts the pressure on. Spingle. Back to Gould. Now Devereaux. Clearing it down the ice. Left behind by Stone. Spingle curling along the left side. He's going to get the pass. Spingle coming in on goal. Devereaux swiping at the puck. Devereaux. Pass in front to Decker. And now off to the races in Andy Knight. Looking for a hat trick. Knight has it down behind the net. Turning it back. Bugden. Battling with Knight, and great effort from him here on the power play. He was the leading point scorer in the National Ball Hockey Championship. Unfortunately, Team Newfoundland Labrador just fell short in the championship game to, I believe it was Team Nova Scotia, if my memory serves me correctly. They only lost that game by 1 goal. It was only 1-0. They got shut out in that one. Apparently they outshot Nova Scotia by about 20 shots. They just couldn't beat the netminder, but he was the leading point scorer in ball hockey, and he's right now, as it stands, the leading point scorer in ice hockey in this opening weekend tournament. Here's Rashley, who had quite the year last year in the NLU18 division. Now Micah Tucker taking off as we are back to even strength. Tucker blows a tire. Could have used some of those Kubota tires so he wouldn't have to blow a tire there. In case you didn't know, his father owns Kubota in Newfoundland, Labrador. They're one of the major sponsors of the Pinnacle Growlers this season. And they were last season as well. Here's Maloney trying to break it free. Now Rashley taking it in, out in front. It just goes through the middle. One of the great talents to come out of the Western Kings organization. Here's Tucker coming in, giving it across to Canes. Back down low, Applin. Try to get to the puck. Here's Philpott. He's still in search of his first goal. It looks like we have a offsides call, it looks like. So 4 minutes left to go in the second period of play. 6-1 is the score for the Growlers as they continue scoring. They have 15 goals in 2 games. They've allowed 4. And I think their netminders deserve high praise for that, and their goaltending coach, Mike O'Brien, deserves high praise for that as well. Now up the other way go the Kings. The Caves making their way up. Believe they must be brothers. They're both on the same line, Brady and Riley Cave. Mercer almost got it out at the blue line. I got to give credit to the Kings. They have not given up despite the scoreline. They are still trying everything to put pucks in the back of the net, and that's pretty respectable. Because a lot of teams give up after getting down by 3-4 goals, but they keep fighting. They're still trying to at least get one more in the back of the net and not concede any more goals. Still a long season ahead of them, though. They've still got lots of time to gel together. These teams have only been together for a week or so. So this is only the tip of the iceberg of the season. And I'm sure the Kings will be ready to go once the first day rolls around, or midway through the season, or when the playoffs come. Look at what happened to the Panthers. Given a cross, and who's that? It's Drew Canes. That is his first as an NLU18 player. Brandon Philpott with another assist, and it is 7-1 for the Pinnacle Growlers. Here's Chafe. Sending it up ice to Ben O'Brien, who curled and shot just wide of the net. Now Wiseman. I don't know how he still has his breath. Wiseman has played a lot of this game. I'd say out of the 38 minutes we've played so far, he's played 30. He has had a lot of ice time in this one. He must have some cardio, folks. Here's Payne being pinned up by Gillespie. O'Brien takes it free. Skinner coming in on goal. Backhand pass given away. It's Connor Huzzy. Applin up the whittle to Wiseman. But it was given away, and now Huzzy drops it back over to O'Brien. O'Brien up to Skinner. Skinner trying to take it in on goal. It's given away. Lambswood putting the pressure on. Chafe dumping it down, and it's covered by Stone with 1:26 remaining in the second. Kings still fighting. They still want to bring that goal difference down as much as they can. Still 3 games left of the tournament for them after this one. One of my favorite comparisons to go to is Argentina in the FIFA World Cup. They lost their first game to Saudi Arabia, who was the second lowest ranked team heading into the tournament, and Argentina were the favorites. And after that game, they went on to win the FIFA World Cup. So that shows you should never give up, no matter how bad the loss was in your first game. And who knows, this could help the Western Kings throughout the season. Cumby taking a shot on net. Harnum with the save. 55 seconds remaining in the second period. Looks like we have a high stick here against the Kings. And we'll have a face-off just outside of Growlers' offensive territory. Boland to Knight. Pilgrim giving it across to Devereaux, who plays it down low. Stone leaving it for Cumby. Knight trying to get it now up to Decker. Decker plays it up. Pilgrim couldn't get to it. PV in on net. He shoots. Oh, what a save by Harnum. That would have been quite the highlight reel goal if he managed to find the net on that one. And Decker shoots, and it hits the netting. We're going to have a lot of fun with those sound effects tomorrow with my two coaches. So 26.5 left to go in the second. Kings looking for one more before the intermission. Out to the point. Thrown back in off the mask of Gould. This has been a pretty fast game despite all the goals and penalties. Going up the middle, Knight has it on the boards. Knight looking for a hat trick before the end of the second. Maloney. Avery trying to throw it in front. And it looks like that's all we have left for the second period of play. The final score after two is 7 for the Growlers and 1 for the Kings. We'll keep the stream going. I'll be back once play commences for the third period. Enjoy your break, folks. Get some food, get a drink. Welcome back, everyone, for our third and final period of play. My name is Seth Hyde. Glad to have you joining us. Score heading into the third period is 7 for the Growlers and 1 for the Kings. I think another reason why this game has felt so fast is there wasn't really a opening like there is at DF Burns Arena, let's say, like no national anthem. There wasn't really a big skate around, warm-up skate or anything like that. So I think the game started a little bit ahead of schedule. So this game has gone by pretty fast. And we got to be right back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 for the game between the Kings and the Osprey. That's going to be an early rise for all you Kings fans tomorrow. That game is at 9 a.m., but we got to come in and set up all the gear once again so it doesn't get stolen tonight. Face off one through, and it's picked up by Devereaux. Dump back in, Avery's gonna get to it. Turning away, showing off that edge work, and a lovely pass to Andy Knight. Knight lifting it back in, it's batted down in front of the net. Brady Caves trying to get it on the boards. Played up ice to Riley Cave, the cave connection there. Avery trying to give it out in front to Knight. Applin couldn't get to the puck. Harnum drops it back around to Devereaux. 19:10 left to go in the third period. As Cumbie gets the puck, has a look. Trying to give it across, but Andy Knight right on his tail. Avery sending it back into the zone. Applin gonna get to it. Thrown in front. Applin gonna take it over. Lifted back in, and it took a deflection off of Cumbie and goes in. Looks like Nick Devereaux is gonna get the credit for that one, and it is 8-1 for the Pinnacle Growlers. That was really unlucky there for Michael Cumbie. He made a brave decision to get in front of Nick Devereaux's shot, and I think he was expecting Devereaux to try to roof that one top corner, so he stood tall and stiff, and Devereaux fanned on it and got the deflection. Just an unlucky play for Cumbie. I wouldn't be too disappointed about that one if I was him, as Harnum gloves that one down with 8:33 left to go in the third period, and it looks like we got another goaltending change after that last goal. Andrew Dillon is back in net for the Western Kings. So they're giving him another shot. Let's see how he does for the last 18:25 of the game. Rashley, Lambswood. Back down to Rashley. Maloney trying to get it. O'Brien takes it over. Bit of a miscommunication there on the Growlers front, and Kings take full advantage of that one. Lambswood battling with Dobbin. Huzzy up ice to O'Brien. O'Brien coming in, and that one's called for offsides. So, folks, we are a month away, not only from association hockey and high school hockey and all that stuff starting up, but the NHL season is starting up next month as well. So you'll be watching the Pinnacle Growlers games and the Western King game, and then you'll go home and turn on Hockey Night in Canada on those Saturday nights. So there's going to be lots of hockey, lots of sports coming back in October. Also, the weather has been really nice for hockey season as well. It's not very often you see people coming into the arena with hoodies and T-shirts on, especially in our Newfoundland Labrador falls. We usually have some pretty chilly falls here in St. John's. I know out in Western, the falls can get really beautiful out there. You guys actually get 4 seasons out in Western. We only get 2, if we're lucky. Dumped in Gillespie. Dropping it over to Chafe. Back over to Gillespie. And soon it'll also be Marble Mountain skiing time as well, which is obviously a huge tourist attraction for that Western area. And also the zip lining. I don't know if they still do that. No, that was a big hit during the summertime. Always wanted to go out that way. I haven't been past Grand Falls, so I'm a real townie, folks. So hopefully we'll be able to get out there and experience the beauty of Western sometime. Here's Chafe. Coming up ice, taking it past center. Now Mercer trying to bring it up. It's given away, and another chance for Budgel to get his second of the game. Great stop by the AP, Andrew Dillon. A lovely save. Now into Chafe, who shoots. What a shot. It just goes up and hits the netting. Almost had that one. That was a really nice shot. That was really fast one too. I'm surprised Dillon managed to get down in the butterfly that quickly. I'm definitely not coordinated enough to do that. Here's Devereaux shooting just wide of the net. Banked off the boards. Now here's Budgel. Giving it up, Philpott. Trying to get it. Canes is going to chase it down. Cumby. Over to Payne. Trying to clear it. Pilgrim bats it down. Just couldn't keep it into the zone. We actually interviewed Nathan Pilgrim at the Danny Cleary Hockey School, and he said his goal for this season was to make the Pinnacle Growlers team, and he's now holding the blue line for the Pinnacle Growlers team. So a great little story there. Down around the boards, Pilgrim keeping it in. Philpott trying to lift the stick. And I see Andrew Kavanagh is in the comments. He is the East Coast mascot, I guess you could say, for Newfoundland hockey. He's always at the rink coaching, volunteering, or watching the games. He's everything about hockey, so we're glad to have you joining us on the stream, and maybe we'll see you in attendance here tomorrow. A lovely pass in front to Riley Cave. Out in front, and we got another own goal. Riley Cave isn't complaining. It's 8-2. He'll get the credit for that one. Another unlucky bounce there. Philpott was practically behind the net. And it was a great read by Philpott, too, to pressure on that one. Just unlucky for him. Again, I wouldn't be too mad about that one. So it looks like that's Riley Cave's first goal of his career, and he gets to keep the puck as a souvenir. Again, wouldn't be too angry about that one if I was Brandon Philpott. Just an unlucky bounce in front of the net. And Riley Cave has his first career goal. That one's going right up on the wardrobe when he gets back home. Up for Nolan Avery. Can he get the Gordie Howe hat trick here? The minor hockey, if you will, Gordie Howe hat trick. Maloney brought down on the boards. It's passed out front, just slips up through the middle, and now here goes Nolan Avery with Andy Knight going down the wing and Noah Bolin in the middle. Bolin shoots, save. Knight still looking for that hat trick. He drove the back door. Now Dobbin back in for Knight. Knight over to Avery. Back to Knight in front of Bolin, and he scores. Noah Bolin. His first goal of the season, and it is 9-2 for the Growlers. Nolan Avery with another hat trick of assists. He's been the mailman for the Growlers so far in this tournament. If he needs a summer job, he should go to Canada Post with all those assists he's getting on the front doorstep. Rashley trying to get it now. Huzzy up for O'Brien. O'Brien trying to take it in on net. It's cleared away. Lambswood couldn't get to it. Huzzy takes a shot just wide. Out to Maloney. Maloney playing it back in. Lambswood dashing it across. Maloney trying to put the pressure on as Rashley tries to get the puck. Here's Rashley turning it over on the boards. Dobbins searches for the puck. Lambswood intercepts. Back out to the point to Mercer. Mercer giving it into Rashley. Rashley has it. Stick lifted by Skinner. Over to Connor Huzzy. Huzzy coming in. Great pass in front to O'Brien. Steered wide of the cage. 12:40 remaining. Skinner dumps it down low. Checking his shoulder is Andrew Mercer. Up for Lambswood. Up ice, Connor Huzzy to Skinner. Back over to Huzzy. Huzzy, O'Brien, saved in goal. Cleared away, Gillespie just manages to keep it in. Chafe tries to get it. Now up come the Kings, but it was given away to Huzzy up the middle to O'Brien. O'Brien drops it back. Huzzy couldn't get to it. Kept in. Huzzy down low to Skinner. Skinner, lovely move, trying to get it to the front of the net. And out Chafe, putting the pressure on. Shot just over the net. Spingle with the shot from the top of the circle, turned away in goal by Harlem. He's actually faced a lot of shots for the scoreline. Western have had a pretty good offensive game so far, and they have had a good defensive game considering the forward lines of the Growlers. They're not an easy team to play against defensively, and I think they did a pretty good job for a team that hasn't been together for very long. Western are they have a fairly new roster. The Growlers were lucky enough to keep a good few returnees this year. They do have a lot of new faces this season as a lot of their players went to prep school and graduated. And I think the Blizzard and Central were kind of hurting with that a little bit too. All their players going to prep school and graduating and all that stuff. So the league will be interesting this year. All 5 teams are in contention for the title this year. So it'll be interesting to see how this season plays out. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm sure you guys are too. Out front, Chafe takes a shot. And the development of this league has also been astounding since the COVID shutdown in 2020. And you look at the Central Impact, who the first year I called the games, 2021-22 season, they were losing like 12-2 to the Growlers. And then the next season, they were in the finals against them and losing games only like 4-3. And I even think they beat them twice in DF Barnes Arena as well. So, I mean, the teams change every year, so it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out this year. And again, this league has grown so much over the past few seasons, which is so great to see. Dump back in, Devereaux. And the publicity of the league as well, whether it's on Twitter or streaming on YouTube. All the teams do fantastic YouTube live streams. I know TriPen got replays. The Blizzard are doing interviews. I mean, there's so much fun stuff to watch and fun ways to watch the league as well. Everybody's coming up with new ideas, so I got to give a huge credit to all the broadcasters out there, Western, Central, the Blizzard, Tri-Pen, who do a fantastic job when we're all missing the Growlers in DF Browns Arena. They're fun to tune into. Pilgrim takes a shot, and oh, that almost went in. What a play. I think that might have been Joseph Wiseman with a long reach like Stretch Armstrong to just pull that one off the line. I'd say just one more inch, and that would have been 10 for the Growlers, but Wiseman, maybe he should have been a goalie after that save. Philpott out to the point. Maloney shoots just wide of the net. Out to Dobbin. Dobbin trying to get it sent up the middle. They're down the ice, and icing is waved off as the Kings manage to beat it. Budgel sent over. It's going to be Canes who intercepts. Canes bringing it ahead, managing to kick it down the ice, but it is going to be an icing call and an A+ for skill points on that play. Rashley wins the draw to Spingle. Spingle dumping it down low. Rashley trying to get it. Rashley. Oh, great move. Oh, my goodness. What a goal. Caleb Rashley might have just made Atlantic Sports highlights with that beautiful toe drag release that Connor Bedard would have been proud of. That was a highlight reel goal from a highlight reel player. Caleb Rashley, his first goal this season, and it's 9-3. And the Kings might be starting a comeback here. Dumped in, and they might just be starting to come back. It's Rashley, drops it back. Lambswood turns. Oh, what a save by Harnham. They're getting that goal differential back, which is huge. And this is what I mentioned earlier. They're not giving up until that final buzzer goes. I had a coach, Sean Colford. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us this weekend. But he always said, no matter what the score is, don't give up until the final buzzer. He says a win is pouring down with sweat at the end of the game. As long as you're pouring with sweat, that's a win for him. That's what he always used to say in the dressing room. I think that's the mentality here for the Kings. As long as they're dripping with sweat at the end of this game, that'll be a victory for them. Out in front to Avery. Oh, what a save. Beautiful stop there by Andrew Dillon with 7:35 left to go in the third. Avery still looking for that Gordie Howe hat trick. Bolin has it down low. Andy Knight also looking for a goal hat trick here. He's on 2 goals this game, looking for a third. Knight gets it on the boards. PV out for Bolin, a shot just over the net. Growlers have yet to score 10 in this tournament. They've had 2 games where they've scored 9 goals. So let's see if they can get to double digits here in this one. But Western really turning up the pressure here. Western could have 5 goals by the end of this one, by the way it's going. They can keep that momentum going till tomorrow morning. They could take out the Osprey. That'll be a interesting game to watch. Both of those teams will be level on goal differential if the Kings don't concede or score any more goals, as the Osprey lost to the Growlers this morning 9-3. So they'll both be sitting at -6 goal differential, and that'll be a fun game to watch for sure. Wiseman turns, shoots, blocked in front. Thrown on goal, it's Andy Knight. Up ice, Avery putting the pressure on Mercer. Avery brings him down. Avery up ice, Bolin trying to get it. Devereaux. Bringing it back in. And he loses that one on the boards, and Cave dropped it back to Urquhart. Just skated a little bit too far forward. Bolin, Skinner. Skinner, O'Brien, great passing, and an even better stop by Dillon in goal. Tough to be in net during these blowout games, but Dillon and Stone really held their own in goal throughout this game. And they never gave up. A lot of goaltenders give up, especially when they're down by this much, but they have kept hanging in there for their team, and that's really important for any scouts watching the YouTube stream here today, that they got that goaltending work ethic. And one more time, I'd like to thank you all for tuning into this one. We've reached 300 subscribers on the YouTube channel tonight, so thank you very much for that. We were at 292, I believe it was, at the start of the day today, and now we're at 300, so a huge thank you for that, folks. And a thank you for the support throughout this broadcasting journey, and it's a great start to the season so far. Spingle giving that one off the boards. Devereaux tried to get it now. Cave taking it to the net. Connor Huzzy around the boards. Cumby keeps it in out the blue line. Pilgrim with it on the boards. Given away, and it goes out to Cumby. Cumby keeps it in, whipped it on net. Riley Cave almost got the tip in front. Now it goes down to Riley Cave once again with Brady in front of the net. Riley and Brady Cave battling on the boards. Cumby trying to keep it in. Skinner ties him up, but Riley Cave takes it over. Now Devereaux turning it back around. Very ominous in the arena now. Ever since the lead got so wide, it was very loud at the start of the game, but seems like everyone's pretty tired after their work day today. Rashley coming in. He almost got a second goal, but Harnham stands in the way with 3:58 left to go in the third period. Scores 9-3 for the Growlers. And Caleb Rashley almost found the back of the net again. Played back over, thrown on goal, Lambswood. Couldn't get to it, and now it's a 2-on-2 the other way, even strength. Chafe. Has it now, Maloney looking for it, Lambswood. Lambswood playing it down around the boards. Wiseman leaves it. Dobbin takes it. Dobbin up to Maloney. Maloney up to Rashley. Batted that one down pretty high up. That's actually pretty impressive that he hit that puck so far up in the air. So actually, if you score a header in hockey like in soccer, that goal won't count. Anything that's without your stick, that's deliberate. So let's say you head it in intentionally, or hit it with your hand in intentionally, or hit it with your shoulder intentionally, that goal will not count. And that's been a debate of a lot of people over the last few years, if they should start counting goals with your feet, because you're moving at such fast pace that they think it's impressive if you can kick it in with your feet, moving at such high speeds. But let us know what you think. I think it'd be a pretty interesting change, and the Growlers have got a 10th. Double digits, and it looks like it is Reed Chafe with his second of the game. And it's 10-3 for the Growlers with 10:58 left to go. Beauty goal from him. Andrew Dillon made the initial stop, and Chafe batted in the rebound. That's been the story of the netminders here tonight, making the first stop, but it's just on the rebound that goals have been managed to be snuck into the net. It's been a lot of sneaky goals that have crept in here tonight, and looks like we got a penalty coming up here for the Pinnacle Growlers. And it's going to be a head contact penalty. And it's for Daniel Kearley. Man, how much do I wish Dale was here to see that one. His nephew going to the penalty box. I'm sure he'd never lived that one down here on the live stream. So the Kings have a chance to get a fourth on the power play here. They've struggled a little bit with their power play unit. And now Brandon Philpott gets through, but Spingle gets in the way. Spingle coming in on goal. Taking it down low, Gould waiting for it in front of the net. Pass in front. Oh my goodness, Harnham just barely kept that out of the net. Just scraped a little bit of his pad and stayed out. Cumby with Maloney on the boards. Budgell steps in. Now it's thrown in front. Turn by PV. Just couldn't get the shot off, and it's cleared down the ice. Spingle is left to chase with 1:45 remaining in the third period. And 57 seconds left on the power play. Kings looking for one last goal here. Jack Chafe takes it over. Clearing it up ice. Wiseman gets it. Hops over the stick. He already made a save this game. Looks like he should have pursued net minding rather than defending, because that was a gorgeous stop from him. It was one-handed too. He reached out his stick and just pulled it off the goal line. Given away in front. A great stop by Harnham. And now here's Wiseman. Wiseman trying to throw it back in on goal. Given a cross. It's sent in front of the net. Still jamming away for it, but it squeaks out to Canes, who's going to take it up the other way. Canes looking for 11. A shot saved in net by Dillon, and we're back to even strength. Another great penalty kill from the Pinnacle Growlers. The Kings were kind of all over the Growlers on that power play. It looks like we will have an icing call and another chance for the Kings to ring the twine before the end of the game. Kearley off the boards. Given down to Chafe. Chafe up to Gillespie. And now here's Budgell. Budgell coming in, turning it back. Dropped over to Huzzy. Now Budgell getting in again. Lovely pass to Chafe. A shot saved. And that's going to do it. The Pinnacle Growlers win their second game in a row in this opening tournament. They take this one 10-3. That's 19 goals in 2 games for them, and a well-fought battle by the Western Kings in their first game of the season. They hung in till the very end. There was a couple of opportunities where they could have scored many more goals. Great game from both teams despite the scoreline. Western played phenomenal. Growlers, phenomenal offensive prowess this one. So Western back in action tomorrow morning. They better boot it to their hotels to get a good night's sleep. They will be playing the Tri-Pen Osprey at 9 a.m. right here on the Seth Hyde Sportside YouTube channel. The Pinnacle Growlers are back in action against the Central Impact, a finals rematch at 11:30 a.m. And you guessed it, right here on the Seth Hyde Sportside YouTube channel. For both those games, I'll be joined by Eric Toms, one of my former coaches. So that should be a doozy for sure. Thank you, folks, for tuning in to this one. Be sure to be kind to one another, stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow.